What's going on, man? I'm not going to take too much of your time today. Thank you for taking the initiative on making changes in your life. That puts you miles ahead of other dudes who don't take action at all. And they just look at the stuff on their phone, but they don't actually apply it to their life. So I salute you. Now let's get right into it. Let's get this over with so you can get to your desired outcome quicker. This is how busy men build muscle and lose fat in less time with the IBI method. And I am going to go over what this stands for, don't worry. Who this is for those struggling to build muscle and lose fat, for those struggling with self-confidence. I used to. For busy guys you can read that, but this is for busy guys who want to start the gym, but they don't really know where to start. I was there. For guys who've worked out for a long time, but they don't really have those desirable changes, aka they don't look like they work out. That was also me. And those who just want more energy, drive for life, and who just want to look better. Like, it's not a bad thing if you just want to look better. It's not that you look bad right now. It's just you want to look better. That's it. There's nothing wrong with that. Table of whatever. So I'm not an influencer. I never was. I just got on Instagram like 7 months ago, and I feel like helping people because I made fitness work for me in, like, I wouldn't say a short amount of time, but in a reasonable amount of time to have learned enough things for me to teach people. I was working full time as a welder while going part-time to school, and trying to bodybuild, technically, because that's what this is. You're bodybuilding, you're building the body. And that's me at work. And if there's any blue collar guys watching this, you know that you gotta be focused at work or you can really get hurt. And that's, like, I was just thinking about this. I'm not thinking about the gym at work. I'm sure you're not thinking about the gym while you're at work, or when you're doing other things with your family and such. You don't really have time to think about those things. And that's why I look like this. Kind of, okay, this is like 2-3 years of being in the gym and not really getting anywhere. I had, some muscles, kind of, but it was just covered in fat. So this is back in the COVID area, of course. Look at that. Back when I was still mouth breathing. The good old days. And it wasn't until I found the IBI method that things just went up. And that was probably like over a year ago. So when I was here, I was going 6 days, sometimes 7, and literally I would look the same every month. And it was so annoying. And I got nowhere till I found the IBI method. And the I in the IBI method stands for intense. So when you're working out, you gotta be working out with intention. That's why I put this gorilla right here, because you gotta be like that when you're in the gym. You gotta be animalistic. You can't forget that you are the apex predator on this planet. Like, I don't know why people forget that. Like, we beat tigers. Well, not like one-on-one, but in the hierarchy, we beat fucking tigers and lions and shit because we're the apex predators. Like, you can't forget that. And you need to go in the gym thinking that that's you, because it is. You can't forget that. And you're not training all day. You're just pushing very hard, intentionally, on certain movements that you repeat the same week. So you're going to be hitting squat, bench, and dead. I don't squat, bench, or deadlift. I mean, I do incline bench, but I don't squat or deadlift. I don't do that. I'm just using that as an example. So if you squat, bench, and dead every week, that's what you stick to. And that's how you progressively overload. I also use those as an example because they're compound movements. Compound movements work muscles that make you look bigger. They work multiple, and usually start those out at the beginning. You've probably heard this a lot. The compound movements I do are like leg press, hack squat for legs, or barbell row, dumbbell row for back, incline bench, incline dumbbell press for dips for whatchamacall, chest. So, and those muscles, they work multiple muscles, making you look bigger. Brief, that's the B in the IBI. I have this video of this dude on cocaine speeding through what's probably South Korea. So it's brief because you should not be in there more than an hour. More than an hour and a half if you like haven't gone in a week. But if you're consistently going, you should not be in the gym for more than an hour. That's overkill. You're doing junk volume at that point if you're going longer than an hour. So time yourself, and if you, whatever you get in under that hour, that's it. Train more effectively. Try to get in more under an hour. And infrequent. I have a picture of this lady chilling on the beach because, like, we're not trying to be living in the gym. I'm sure you're not. I'm not. I know when I was not getting any results, I thought I had to live in the gym to get results. And I saw these guys with crazy physiques, like, how? Like, I don't see them in here all the time like me. It's because those guys like me, guys who make this fitness work naturally, they don't go to the gym every day. Unless they're like competing for a bodybuilding show. But if they're just like willy-nilly going about life, we're not going to the gym every day. We're just doing it 2 to 3 times a week. Because that's really all you need. If you're training like, you know, like this. If you're training like that, then you don't need to go more than 2 to 3 times a week. Like, I was going 2 times a week sometimes when I was super busy working double shifts, starting this coaching thing. When I was starting the coaching thing, I only had time to go two times a week. And I was still making decent progress. Obviously not as good as 3 or 4, but if you're packed up, your schedule's packed up, you're not going to have time to go 5-6 days a week like a bodybuilder. I mean, you're not a bodybuilder. You're not competing for a show. Unless after this, you probably will be. So that's it. IBI. Intense, brief, and infrequent. It's in the name. This is going to help build muscle, lose fat, and boost your energy because you're not over fatiguing by going to the gym every day and training to failure. You're going to be losing more fat because your cortisol is not going to be spiked every day from intense training. You're going to build muscle because you're recovering. If you have a family, this is perfect for you. If you're taking care of your grandma, she's sick, this is perfect for you. If anything that prevents you from spending time on your fitness, this is for you. Because you still get to spend some time on your fitness. Obviously, if like shit happens, shit does happen. But if you're in a position where it's not so shitty, but you're just very busy, this is for you. You can't just go to the gym and expect to get shredded. You need to eat. At the end of the day, you are a machine. Not literally, but because it's true. Because food is our fuel. And depending on what fuel you put in your body is how your vehicular body is going to run. Diet matters. The abs start in the kitchen. You've heard that before. Don't act like you haven't. Keep meals simple but enjoyable. What food you like, that is healthy. You know that you either use ground beef or chicken or fish, some of that. You can't be one of those guys who's, oh, I need to have melted cheese on everything. I know you're not. You wouldn't be watching this video if you were. And if you are, look, man, you don't need that much cheese. There's different ways to make your food taste better than just a bunch of cheese. If you're already busy, you don't have time to be thinking about what meal you're going to be making. You don't have time to be laying out pretty meals on a cutting board how you see on Instagram. Get Tupperware and plastic forks are going to be your thing. I don't expect you to be that much a bougie guy to be on Tupperware. If you're a man watching this, you're going to do what you got to do. Pick what you know you like. Rotate those meals depending on your goals. If you're bulking, you're going to have a little bit more fat in the morning with a little bit more carbs at night. If you're cutting, you're going to have less, obviously. Eat more carbs on training days. Eat less carbs on rest days. It's that simple. But people don't tell you this because they're overcomplicating it and they want to milk you of money. That's literally why, if these Gymshark influencers actually wanted to help, they would, but they don't because they love money. And I don't blame them, but it's really this easy. Unless you're feeling that hungry on rest days, you can eat a little bit more. But if you're serious about your goals, just think about that. And on really busy days, I only have 3 meals. I just decently size them and I measure them out. Got Chick-fil-A right there. Chick-fil-A, I wouldn't mind you eating Chick-fil-A as long as you don't get something crazy. But you can get healthy items at Chick-fil-A. You can still be good. I do it sometimes, and I'm still, yeah. So breakfast stuff with protein and fat is ideal. Lower carb. If you're doing morning calls, morning meetings, if you work in the morning, I would stick with low carb, high fat, high protein. When you move more midday, you can start having carbs and stuff. And then at night, you should just have proteins and carbs. So the fat doesn't give you energy and keep you awake. Carbs should just make you sleepy and help you sleep better. Those are just 3 examples. I wouldn't if you're a little on the overweight side, I wouldn't recommend having Chick-fil-A for lunch. I would replace this with chicken and rice if you're on the flabbier side. But if you're like on the skinnier side, Chick-fil-A is okay. Because you gotta bulk, bro. Obviously, you're not having Chick-fil-A for every meal. Just like once or twice throughout the week. And supplements, you only need these 3. I stand by it. I stand by this. Collagen, creatine, and whey isolate. I like this brand because the chocolate tastes good. And you get a lot of servings out of it. Yada yada. You get a lot of servings out of this one and out of this one. That's why I get them. They work. Take that as you will. And how I stayed accountable during all this time of trial and tribulation of just trying to get in shape while being busy AF and literally having no time to even play video games. It was easy because I knew I enjoyed the new system I was applying and I did not want to go back to training 6 days because that was just not suboptimal. So sticking with this makes me happy. I have time to do other things, and I really enjoyed just going to the gym again. I never enjoyed going to the gym this much until I started training with the IBI method, and trust me, man, it really does help. I help other busy men apply this to their lives, not just my own, because I'm not selfish. How are you going to get in shape, get this insane body, but you don't want to help others do the same thing? Sucks. That's why I'm doing it, and that's why I have a coaching program that is pretty, just revolves around the IBI method and how and results and no fluff. If you need help, if you would to apply this to your life, if you don't know how to exactly, just DM me, fit, or leave a comment. Do what you want. I'm going to. And thanks for watching. Have a good one. Hope this didn't take too long. Let's go. I'm going to hit the gym now.